I finally heard about a Navy SEAL getting engaged to a man, and it was somebody telling me after a show they casually just dropped that their brother is getting engaged to a dude, that he's in the Navy, and it took everything out of me to not be like, oh, so they're both seamen, huh? Just so bad. Let's just get into the show. Hello and welcome to another episode of Early Morning Podcast. It is June 10th, 2025, 8:59, right on the dot before 9 a.m. Grab you a J, grab you a brew, grab you whatever on earth it is that you may do. I'm sipping on a water right now, just chilling, getting ready Tuesday. It's 64 degrees right now. Within an hour, it's gonna be 89, dude. It's just insane. I mean, I'm not to hop into the weather so quickly, but I'm just sick of being, we just came from Phoenix like a week or two ago, and it was disgustingly hot there, and it's getting ready to be disgustingly hot here. And then I'm gonna go to Europe in a month and a half, and it's gonna be even triple as hot over there. It's just I'm just not prepared for the heat this year, whatever. But speaking of heat, you know what I'm saying? Sipping on a water, I drink out of this. I don't know. You've probably seen it out on multiple episodes. I used to have an even. I'm not gonna say it starts with a G word, rhymes with Ray one, and it was purple. Yeah, it was just given to me by my sister, dude. Okay, because I stay hydrated, bro. I'm an Aquaman, if you understand me. Aquarius, dude. We stick with the agua, okay? And I don't care. It's just easy. It carries like a bunch of water, like 32 ounces or whatever. Keeps my water cold. Easy, dude. I don't care what I look like drinking it. It's been like over a year that I've had it. I lost the purple one. Bang. Got a white one. Who gives a crap? I'm sick of these weird. I'm noticing them lately of like looks people give me. Like, yo, dude, that's like a femme like drink. Like, what are you doing? It's like like I have a bra on. I'm just walking around with a bra on my exterior just because I have this as a water thing. Like what, bro? Okay, I'm gonna wear a 5 gallon hat now, dude. I'll just sip out of this, dude. Whenever I'm water, I'll just go to a little crank like an oil rig, just a well of water and crank it and just sip out of here, dude. That's how I'm a man, dude. They'll just prove it that way now. You know what I'm saying? No, but for real, it's so weird now. I'm just been noticing them. I never used to notice them before. People just like double take when they see me take a sip out of that. Maybe because it's big and I'm small. I don't know, dude, but I don't care. It's fine. I will just start walking around with this and just drinking out of this nacho hat I got from an Angel game last week. I'll do that. I don't care either. You know those pranks where people will go out in public, and it's usually white trash people that do it because they're like, this is fucking hilarious. This is real funny. They'll get like a bottle of Smirnoff or like a huge handle of like Tito's and fill it with water. It'll be like empty, vodka, and just be sitting out front on their like front porch, just taking huge pulls of it while their kids are running around, and they're just filming it on TikTok for like 400 followers, like suburban moms, you know. Which, you know what? Now I said it in a hateful manner, but if that's your Sunday fun day or whatever. Sure, dude. Pretend to be an alcoholic mom in front of your neighborhood for your few hundred followers, dude, on the internet. That's cool, dude. Like that's fun. You know what? You should probably just do that with a group of moms. Like get all the moms on the street, sit in a lawn chair. The guys will be actually getting blacked out. They're gonna be drinking fucking Black Daniel, Jack Daniels straight out the bottle, or Coors Lights, or both, probably. Like just really trying to forget their lives. And the mom's like, oh my God, we're so funny. Like, look at us live streaming this on the talk. Oh, you know, but yeah, that's going to be my life probably in like 20 years. So we'll see. I'm going to want to kill myself. Now, you know what? Speaking of like the suburban, I'm sick of the suburban life, like getting hate, bro. I'm sick of it. I really am. And maybe it's just because I'm around like big city guys. They all only live in the big city, dude, because they're all comics and want to be actors and whatever, and they want to be in entertainment. So they just think that everything other than New York City, Los Angeles, and like Chicago are horrible areas to live. Like the suburbs 20, 30 minutes out are just like, why would you even consider it? It's insane, dude. I've lived in the suburbs for a majority of my life, a majority, okay? And I am blessed to say that. Blessed, dude. Dude, to be one of the hood rats raised in New York City in Manhattan, to have, bro, you're gonna have the kids right now are already demons. I was trying to explain this to my father the other night. Well, probably starting at 11 and on, these kids are devils. They start turning into Satan, dude. And I'm not even like exaggerating. They're insane, bro. Obviously we were too. I'm not talking like my generation was perfect angels and stuff, like we didn't take shits off buildings and stuff. But dude, these kids go like for real, like harassing people and for real trying, like they don't know boundaries because they see shit online that's like, oh, if this person got away with it, then we can all get away with it. It's that fucking horde mindset that they have at such a young age. It's crazy, dude. But again, let me start with the suburban, dude. People are like, oh my God, dude, I live in the city. I could get $1 slice at any time, 3 a.m. Go to my bodega, get a chopped cheese, 7 a.m. Everything's open. Yeah, you just got to cross over a basically opened wound of a leg on a homeless person, dude. Check your shoulder 38 times before you know where you're at, who's looking at you, what's going on. It's insane. Oh, maybe you get lost on the subway just trying to go 3 miles. Somebody's pissing on the subway track, so you can't stand. I mean, you can't sit. You got to stand. All right, or else you're just gonna be sitting in piss. Or some cracked out mom found a diaper and just smeared it all over the seats. So there's your work commute that morning. You're gonna be standing on the subway for 25 minutes, going 2 miles. But no. The suburbs suck because you got to drive 20 minutes to go pick up your prescription sometimes. Once a month. The argument that the city living is better than the suburbs is one of the funniest, most redundant arguments I've ever heard. And it's funny because the city people are the one, like, city people. I'm just saying people that live in the city, dude. They like die by it. It's like ranchers. They're basically ranchers, and they don't even know they're the most different people. Ranchers are like, I'm gonna die for this fucking land. Like, my grandfather's mother was raped by a guy, so now we claim this, okay? And then like people that move to the city that have been there for 2 years are like, dude, have you ever gotten coffee in the Bronx? I know this fucking one. I'll never go anywhere else to get my coffee, okay? Yeah, I live in Bushwick. I don't care. I live in a closet with 3 other people. Do we have sunlight? No. Do I need sunlight? Yes, but I don't care. I'll have good coffee. That's how serious they take it, bro, and I love it, man. And I have those people in my family, so I could talk shit on them. And even if I didn't, I would talk shit on them. I don't care. I just hear comics talk like that all the time, and it kills me, man. Kills me. Speaking of comics, dude, I just got to do a show recently with Carmen Lynch, New York comic. She probably lives like that, honestly. I don't know. And Sarah Hyland, dude, which was awesome. They were great. Sarah Hyland, if you don't know, is infamous Bobby Lee's ex-girlfriend. She's probably more known than Kalila at this point because just he's told so many crazy stories that most people would consider embarrassing or just never to put out to the public, but he did and she didn't care apparently, whatever. So she's one of the coolest chicks I have ever met. Not even just like comedically or whatever, just a down ass chick, very nice, just seemed like a good heart. And Carmen, I didn't really get to talk to Carmen too much, but she was also very chill, very nice, very funny, very funny. Headlined my boy Mikey Barajas, Red Room. Shout out to them, him and Danny Nixon. But enough of that. But yeah, dude, getting to meet some like pretty big comics and doing a fun show with them was awesome. Like, it was really, really cool. Yeah, just hope to get to work with them again, bro. But yeah, that was in the city, dude, and it was fine. It was fine in downtown Fullerton, a big city of downtown Fullerton, dude. But real quick, dude, I got a interesting situation that happened at our mic, man, Moy's mic, which, if you're an OC comic or a comic that listens to this in Southern California, definitely check it out. It's every other Monday at Ambition Barbershop in Fullerton. It's hosted by me and my boy Moises Alvarez. But yeah, enough about that. Dude, at our last mic, we had one of my favorite memories that's happened now in comedy. And I'm gonna describe it here, but there's a clip on it on my Instagram, vic.emp. Go check it out there. Um, it's all documented there. Uh, our mic is it's pretty tight knit, dude. It's like we have mostly regulars, and then every now and then some people will come by to come check it out that haven't been, and then they return usually, which is good, man, because they like the ambiance we have there. They like that we're supportive, all that, and we try to make it as professional as possible. You know what I'm saying? We don't fuck around. We try to make it like a real show, as most mics should be, but are they? No. Um, and we try to get everybody stage time, whatever, dude. So we're winding down the night. We're on our like 10th comic of the night, and some dude comes into the room. We maybe have two more comics left. Some dude comes into the room looking like fucking Gypsy Terminator. That is the best way, or Gypsy Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's like the best way I could describe, bro. Okay. Wearing like the dark glasses. It's like 9 o'clock, 8:30. It's not dark out. And really weird. He had like two button ups on at the same time, which is a look I hadn't seen since like the early 2000s, like when like fucking like Asher Roth was popping, and like frat boys would do that. But he had like button ups, not like a full on button up. Like I got a flannel button up. He had a shirt button, like two of them. Weird ass look. Okay, bigger dude, whatever. Um Sits in the front, doesn't really laugh at anything, gets roasted one time by my boy Simon, hits him with a great roast, chuckled a little bit at that, and then I guess he wanted to go up, so he signed up with my boy Moy. He goes up, and he immediately just starts shitting on all the comics. Immediately. So we've seen that before as comics. We've seen comics go up and just be angry and bitter and say, "Oh, none of you guys were funny." But he was going personally at every comic. Like this was not funny. I don't know why everybody laughed at this guy's jokes. The last guy, what the fuck did he say that was funny? Oprah's tits jiggling. Alex Osuna, one of the funniest guys I know. I mean, it was so weird. Such a weird energy to bring, especially as the last comic of the open mic. Everybody'd been sitting there patiently, letting everybody else do their time, and then this guy just goes on this weird ass rant about how he's a brain neuroscientist or brain doctor and studies neuroscience of the brain. And then I'm thinking to myself, is he doing this as like an experiment? Because what the fuck is he doing? None of this was stand up. It was all like a rehearsed speech, And he started going into like the body, how like our bodies must be different than the average person because we put ourselves through going to these mics and pretending to laugh at each other. And then he said we're losers, we're gonna die losers, and he explained that we're a waste of time, we're not committing to society. And again, a lot of us are looking around the room like, is this a character? Like, is homie doing a bit right now that's just he's really committed to, or is he just the ultimate hater? And then he started talking about like how he compared us to like infants, like how babies, like if they see food on the floor, they don't know better than to eat it because they need to sustain, and that we would probably do the same even as adults or some shit. But none of it was made funny. There was no punchline, there was no setup. It was just, you guys suck and this is why. I'm better than you and this is why. And eventually, like, I had enough of it. I lit him a little bit early because I was like, all right, man, you're not bettering yourself. None of us are getting anything out of this. And I lit him like right below 5 minutes. Everybody was going to do 6. I was like, this guy should get off pretty soon. He, long story short, ignores my light. I tell him one more time, hey, man, you hit your time. Get off the stage. You got to get off. And he's like, I'm not done. I have one more thing to say. And I thought this was his like this was going to be his only bit of the night. The last bit, or the only bit, for real. And I was like, all right. And then that got kind of a chuckle out of the room because we're like, what the fuck? What direction is this guy going in? Like, where has he been going all set? And again, nowhere. I'm not going to spoil it. He asks one final thing, says one final thing, and he just gets rushed by all the comics on in the room. We just rushed him on the stage and just called him out for being an asshole and got him the fuck out of there. And there were a couple of the bros, shout out, they know who they are, that were very ready to get down and boogie down if need be, dude. It was one of the greatest comedy memories I'll ever have. It definitely solidified Moy's open mic as one of the open mics for sure. If you want to go to an open mic, you want to catch some entertainment, that's where you should go. And we had like a dude in the audience that was just there, not even a comic, that was just there, like not middle aged, but like older Asian dude who was just like, this is great. He was loving it, dude. He loved the comics beforehand. He loved. I went and was like, bro, this is not normal, man. Whatever this guy's doing, we don't see this all the time. We've never seen it before, actually. He's like, I think it's awesome. I think this is hilarious. You guys are fucking awesome. Do your thing. So that was very, very cool. That was very cool of him. But yeah, I mean, one of the craziest memories, craziest nights of an open mic, you know, not just stand up, I mean an open mic, dude. But definitely check out that clip on my Instagram. It's at vic.emp, all captured by Simon Phillips, who you guys probably know already. But yeah, man, so wild. WNBA is back. The WNBA is back, man, and I am fired up for this race war, dude. It started out hot, I'll be honest, at the beginning of the season. Now, I don't even know if we're halfway. I believe it's 8. We're at 8 games or so far, and I think they play 19. I don't think they play many at all, dude. I don't know how many. Or 32? I don't know how many. 31 or 32. Why did I say 19 at first? I don't know. Anyway, I think there's only one team that's above 500. I think there's one team that's above 500 winning percentage, and then there's one team that's 8-0, and it's the Liberty. So, man, shout out WNBA, man. One of the most entertaining sports there is, dude. And yes, the race war, Caitlin Clark, who obviously we know her race, and then Angel Reese, guess hers. Angel Reese, yeah, dude. Said it before, man. She looks like the chick from Shark Tales, man. And it doesn't get any more clear than that, you know. Somebody said Lori Lightfoot looks like what was the car? Lori Lightfoot looks like the SUV Mustang or something, and now I couldn't get that out of my head forever. Or no, Bronco. Lori Lightfoot looks like the new Broncos, dude. If you see that, dude, and you just look at them side by side, it's just, you're never going to get it out of your head. And if you look up Angel Reese in a headband and fucking the chick from Shark Tales, all right, with the hot voice, you're never going to get it out of your head. It is what it is, dude. It's one of those things where people like confuse Morgan Freeman with that other black guy. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But I've said it before, I know this race war, it's great. It's entertaining to see people, like black people, like completely think that just because her, like Angel Reese's stats are bad, like that's why white people hate her. And then it's crazy to see like white people be like, well, Angel Reese's stats are bad, so we just don't think she's good. And it's just insanity from there. It just goes on and on. Yeah, it's like they're the only two basketball players that people's track stats in, at least in the WNBA. It's like they're the only two. No one gives a fuck, dude. What about Cameron Brink, dude? That baddie? I love her, dude. She's hot as hell. Maybe and the other girl not cool or whatever. I guess they just, I don't know. Nobody cares about them, but all I care about is, I care about stats, because, you know, I'm a betting man, and I've said it before, dude. I need to know, fuck all this sports analyst shit, who this black lady said this about this black player, and this former WNBA star is hating on this new How about this? Just figure out when their periods are. Figure out, get in the locker room, do the dirty work, you know, check the waste bins, see if there's maxi pads, see if there's tampons, where they are, and whose locker they're in. Put that information out, and you're going to get the whole betting world on your fucking side. Who's taking the over on points on Caitlin Clark if she's bleeding? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that I want to know. That's all I care about, dude. I don't care about this race war shit, dude. Am I going to get the over on rebounds on Angel Reese? Is it going to be 12.5? Do I need to take that or no? Is that a lock? God, but they just want to talk about race, dude. Let's talk about money and blood right now, dude. I look retarded in a blue flannel and an angel. Dude, there were nachos in this no longer than 10 days ago. There were nachos in here, okay? A fully loaded nacho thing. Shout out my boy Anthony getting hammered at the Angel game and having to stay the night. He stayed the night in the studio because he got too fucked up and couldn't drive home, which I fucking love, dude. I hope he's okay with me saying that. That's how you know you went to, it was Yankee Angel game, bro. Come on, we're gonna have a good time, dude. We're gonna have a good time. Real quick, I'm gonna take a break real quick. Gonna feed Dice. I'll be right back. I'm back. Just had to get the Dice Man some of his munch, something to munch on. And yeah, I literally did that in 3 minutes. And in doing so, I was thinking about, again, people living in cities and complaining about the suburbs, shitting on the suburbs. You know what's funny? A major percentage, I don't know if they shit on the suburbs, but a major percentage of, I would say, celebrities or people of fame and notoriety live in big cities, in New York City, in Los Angeles, and why the fuck would you do that? I'm not going to name any, but a bunch of them go on like podcasts and like TV shows, Louis C.K., and say, oh man, I could never leave the city. Well, I hate when people look at me though. What? You're one of the most famous people in the world, dude. Natalie Portman, sorry. Like Jennifer Aniston, sorry. Like people are going to photograph you. People are going to want to talk to you. People are going to want to say, hey, I loved you on Friends and I wish you had nudes leaked and shit. Like, people are going to want to do that. Shut up! God damn it, dude. Of course, when I record, people fire up the dog. They got to do that. That's of course. Maybe he's fired up on people, on celebs saying that they can't get any privacy and they got to fucking wear the Mr. Potato Head outfit when they're going out to do. Hold on, one fuck. I mean, just whatever I was saying about Mr. Potato Head just got ruined by my dog spazzing. So that's great. Love that. Good. Hopefully that doesn't pick up through the mic anymore. I don't know if it did in the first place, but that pissed me off. Yeah, wow, that really did piss me off now. Whatever. That was hilarious. People have been, how people have been, like, this is like an ongoing, like, shitty topic that people bring up, I feel like, just in conversation, like, oh man, there's nothing to watch anymore. Like, there's nothing good on TV anymore. Like, you got a show to recommend? I've been that guy too, I'll be honest. I'm not going to say I'm above that. I've been like, dude, I'll say this. I'll be like, I need something, dude. You got any recs? You got a rec for me? Like, what have you been watching lately? Anything that you've been appreciating lately? I won't go out there and be like, there's nothing fucking good out. I won't do that. There are plenty of people that do that though. And excuse me, I could never be one. I don't think I could ever be one of those people, man. Just because there's way too much media out for it to be all shitty. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that many people worked on that many projects and got them pushed to a major network, a major streaming platform, or even just like a huge YouTube channel, God be it, dude. Like Mr. Beast, for example. I don't know if he's the biggest or one of whatever the fuck. I've never seen one video of his. That's not like a brag. That's just to say I'm familiar with who he is very well. Not very well. I know who he is, know what he does for the most part. And I know a lot of people fucking love him. Is he for me? Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't even given him a try. That guy, Outdoor Boys. I fucking loved him, dude. And he had to retire. He is a smarter guy than these fucking dumbasses that live in the city. He got a little bit of a harassment stuff, like his family and stuff, just because he blew up so big over YouTube because he had fucking great content, survival content, and did some of the craziest like challenges that I've seen a dude just make himself do for fun. He seemed to always enjoy it, man, which is why, again, shout out Luke from the Outdoor Boys. I don't know if you guys are familiar, any of the listeners or viewers, but if you're not, dude, definitely check him out, dude. He produced some of the like seriously best produced outdoor content I've seen, and it's long form. It's very good, very good. And he basically stepped back, or said at least he's quitting for a little bit because just he's getting too much. And he lives in fucking Alaska, okay? And these people live in Manhattan and think that they deserve more privacy. Get the fuck out of here. God damn it. I forgot where. Oh, people complaining about media and that there's not enough entertainment and all this shit, dude. I got COVID like a month ago. All right, I think from one of the mics. I got it from a comic. Okay, I got COVID, so and I was down bad for like 3 days, 2.5, 3 days. I was really down bad. Like I was really fucking couldn't get out of bed, sweating, shivering, shakes, fever, coughing, like 5 coughs every 90 seconds, like shortness of breath, like real deal Holyfield COVID, dude. And only thing I could do was try to watch shit on my phone. I couldn't even look at a TV screen or like my monitor here. It would just give me a headache. It would just give me I had a constant headache already, but watching it on anything bigger would just fucking kill me, dude. It was horrible. And it literally felt like the first night or the first morning I woke up, it felt like somebody had taken like a 3 iron to my body all over, starting at my ankles and ending at my like lower or like lower neck, top of my shoulders, and just whacked at me all night while I was sleeping. So kid felt pretty sore, pretty stiff, you know, not too limber. So yeah, I was going through it, and I was like, you know what, let me. I haven't had a few days off where I could just sit down and like binge a show or watch some movies. I was looking for movies. I was like, I want to watch some movies, dude. Like, I've been watching Last of Us, been loving that. Finished it. Um, Again, that's a great show, but everybody's like, oh, you got to check this one out. You got to check this one out, or this is the best show out right now. That should be enough proof that there's such good media is so good now. We're spoiled. Truly, we're spoiled. This is a podcast that like gets several hundred listens. I don't even know. It depends on week to month to whatever. This is one of thousands, maybe millions of them, dude. You can't say they all suck. Sometimes they're ass, sometimes they're good. You know what I'm saying? I watched Warfare, a film movie, because I was in the mood for some action. I was like, maybe some action will take away like my thoughts and distract me, from me feeling so shitty. Like maybe something like, visually enticing and that's not really, I don't have to think. I don't need to use my head too much. I just get to see action. Maybe that'll do, dude. I watched some fucking great shows or movies, dude. I hadn't even known about. The Accountant, dude. Ben Affleck, rips, dude. And there's two of them. What the fuck? And John Bernthal's in the second one, dude. I think he might be in the first one too. But dude, come on. Those movies couldn't recommend higher. Okay, I'm not even gonna talk about what they are, but dude, assassins, beast ass actors, amazing performances, and that one, Warfare, based on real events in, I believe it was in Afghanistan. I believe, I could be wrong on that, but yeah, just based on real events on the Frogmen, dude. Shout out the Frogmen. Like amazing show. And then this random one, Finding Osama, dude. That one was great. That was a docu-series, dude. I think 3-part docu-series on all the bros that were trying to find Osama and like how they went about it, and a little bit propagandized, I would say, to just make America seem cool as fuck, which they did a good job at and they should be doing because we are awesome. We do rule. And What was that? Lucy, dude. So this, I typed in female assassin movies, and all of them had low ratings on IMDb. I'll be honest. But IMDb is not the way to, in my opinion, bro. That's not how I check out if I think a movie's gonna be good. I like the Rotten Tomatoes score a lot better because that's where real, I like to say, normal people go and would rate a movie. But at the same time, I've never heard of anybody rate a movie in any sense or critique it like on a legitimized site. So maybe it isn't normal people, but whatever. I just go off the Rotten Tomatoes score. I watched this movie Lucy, dude, and at first it was like, oh man, this is a real corny movie, and then it just progressively did get better. I'll say that it did get better. It's like it was a lot more sci-fi-ish than I expected, but I've said this before, so I can't complain. I want movies and entertainment. I've said it about the comedy world where like they don't take risks anymore. They're so afraid of offending people or saying the wrong thing about a political party or whatever it may be. They're so nervous to take a risk, and they just keep redoing the same things, it seems like, like Billy Madison too, it's which again I hope is amazing. I hope it's amazing. And I've heard this movie like Friends or something, Friendly, something like that, I don't know, Friendship, something. I've heard that one's great, but like it just seemed like that Hollywood stopped trying really, and we're just like, we're gonna just pump out what we know has made money and stop being creative about it. And then I see this movie Lucy, and I'm like, no, dude, they are doing shit, dude. They are doing shit. They're trying to make shit funny, and they're trying to make shit cool, and they're trying to make it like do things that they have the technology to make things with GFX look crazier. And unfortunately, I guess AI is going to be involved and incorporated in some films depending on who signs off on it or whatever. But dude, there is definitely not a lack of good media out there and good entertainment out there. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, because I'm so sick of people, I guess people who think their voice matters, saying like, "Oh man, look at Hollywood, another doozy, another fucking Transformers or another Mission Impossible." Well, you know what? How about you cancel 5 or 6 of the 7 fucking streaming apps you have? Click on one of them and you'll see that there's a bunch of shit on there for you. And again, it might not all be for you that you love and you like and you're going to recommend it, but there's going to be something that you're going to enjoy, that you're going to get a good, I don't know, 90 minutes hopefully worth of entertainment out of it. Maybe you learn something a little bit out of it. I'm not sure, dude. I am sure that we're going on a run June 21st through the 26th or 27th. I'm doing shows out in New York City, Chicago, Detroit, Sterling Heights to be specific. Shout out my elbows out there. And I believe Cleveland, we're wrapping it up. So, and then one more out in LA, actually, the last day. But all that information is on my Instagram page, and also Balkan Comedy Night Instagram page. Thank you guys for listening. As always, I'm trying to be more consistent with the uploads. It's just hard, it's hard. Being a podcaster is very, very fucking hard. We have it hard. I got a nacho hat on right now, dude. But until next week, until next time, you guys take it easy, and thank you for listening.